Welcome back to the network, y'all. We got Foolio mom. First interview since her son passed away. Now, this is a Say Cheese interview. This video like an hour and 32 minutes long. I'm not gonna watch the whole video, but I will watch half of it with y'all. Let's look into this, man. Let's tap in.
All right, here we go, man. We got Sandrika's Maze, uh, uh, known as Foolio's mom, exclusively on Say Cheese. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm good.
Nice to meet you. I know this past month has been a roller coaster for you. I've been knowing Foolio for about 7-8 years personally. Always promoted him on my platform.
Man, why the internet skipping like this, bro? Y'all bear with me.
Great kid, great dude. He spoke on your name a lot too in interviews and things of that nature. It sucks that we have to meet or finally, get to know each other on these terms. But sorry about everything that has happened. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing good. I'm doing better.
Yeah.
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is dropping its first cast album.
I want to
There's
put
an
this
ad
album
already at the
together
beginning
with
of the
real
video.
artists.
With new
Doing a reaction
love
video
I'm
for
going to
Foolio
bring the guy
mom.
that I'm going out with.
and full.
First interview. I'm having internet trouble, but it's all good.
What's your mental, your mental like right now?
Well, of course, I have my days. I have my on and off moments. I just try to keep busy. Keeping busy with his music and other things that I got
Man,
going on.
I got
With
you.
his career and labels and things of that sort. So I just try to keep myself busy. To not much think about certain stuff that'll
Appreciate it.
run my day.
Yeah. I mean, I know things have changed drastically from phone calls to social media to you having to handle things like funerals and things, legal matters. Like, what has changed the most, over the past month?
Well, far as with phone calls, I will say that normally people say that when a funeral is over, you don't get any phone calls. That has not been the case with me. His friends keeping in touch, his fans from all over the world are keeping in touch. Family, just everybody, his distribution, people at Create Music. I talk to them directly all the time. So far as with I'm
Foolio mom.
still keeping in contact and things with everybody. But far as with other things by handling legal matters, I've been in business since 2009, so that's something that I have always been able to do. Far as I'm handling business every single day, literally, on his behalf, with Charles, far as his business, his music career, my business, and things of that sort. So the only thing that has changed is that he is not here. The only thing has changed is I got to keep his stuff going. I got to keep it going. As he said in other interviews, his team knows what to do if something happened. We already talked about this. We discussed this. So that's the only thing that has changed. And of course, the arrest, I'm relieved about that, and I'll be more relieved and happy when they pick others up.
Yeah. Now you said that y'all prepared for it's the worst, basically.
Well, basically, it's not even the worst. That's what anything. And a lot of other people need to know. A lot of Black people need to know. It's everybody. A lot of people don't want to talk about death in case something happens. So me, I'm very responsible. Of course, I got policies on myself, my son, and my daughter. So a lot of people don't want to talk about that. So I already had stuff in place. Even if it was a car accident or a health illness or anything like that, I was
Foolio mom.
prepared.
Her
I was
first interview.
prepared for it all. And so should others as well. So it's not like he keep getting shot at. I got to go ahead and get this. No, he has had insurance since birth.
Right.
So
Yeah. So we're live in Jacksonville right now. Is that where you're born and raised too?
yes, I'm born and raised in
Foolio,
Jacksonville,
Foolio,
Florida.
man.
Okay. And what was that like growing up for you?
Well, I was raised on the north side of Jacksonville. I wouldn't say I had a hard life. I never struggled or anything like that. I was raised by my grandmother, um, and my great grandmother. My mom passed when I was about 5 years old. I'm the only child, but I never struggled. I went to all the schools. I was always popular.
So, y'all
Um,
doing that though.
at schools in my community and things of that sort. So I never seen a struggle. It came a time when I got a little older, maybe
Subscribe to my
17,
channel
18
right
years
now.
old. I was in high school, being raised by my grandmother and great grandmother. Of course, they old, so they don't know nothing about the the latest clothing and stuff or whatever. So I started doing hair at a young age, and that's what a lot of people know me from doing hair. That's what I started off doing hair before I got into nursing. So I didn't have like a rough life where I had to like be on the street and had like a survival, whatever. But I will say that um I always was strong. I always had to take care of myself or whatever, because like I say, my grandmother and great grandmother raised me or whatever. And I moved out at maybe 18 years old into my own place.
That's tough. That's tough.
So like it was good. I was a
Tough skin.
cheerleader. I was in sports and things in school. So
I'm watching Foolio,
it was
mama
good
reaction. Y'all see
growing
this?
up young.
So you moved out at 18, and what was the next thing?
I moved
College or
out. When I moved out, I moved in Hilltop Village Apartments. Y'all have always heard him say about 1646 West 45th Street. I moved there. That was my first apartment. I moved there. Like I say, I did hair. I used to go to the clubs, and things of that
It's Julio,
sort. I
Foolio,
mean,
mama
I
first
had
interview.
fun. I was young. I had fun. I moved. I stayed in the bottom. He done talked about the bottom and stuff like that. That's right by Hilltop Village Apartment. He probably talked about 50-20 a little. I stayed out there maybe a year. And then it
Okay,
came a
y'all,
point
what's
in
up
my
with it?
life, I was like, I think I want to get in the healthcare field. And I started off as a CNA. I went from a CNA to CEO, opening my own school, assisting individuals in the state of Florida with obtaining their CNA licenses, CPR on first aid. And then I became a registered
What's
nurse.
up with it?
okay.
And as of right now, I help individuals start home
She a
healthcare
registered nurse.
agencies, phlebotomy courses and things of that sort.
Yeah, because we seen the picture of you floating around, you know, with your
My picture is floating around, and a lot been seeing.
You can turn any slogan or funny quote into a professional design in just minutes with one tool, making text-only design.
I don't like ads on other people's video, but I like ads on my video.
I've been seeing the comments. Oh, we didn't know that Charles' mom was a nurse or a doctor and something like that. Because what people do, they see an image. They see an image of Charles and they go to stereotype. So I seen somebody say, oh, she was a drug addict in rehab. And I never commented anything like that. So they say anything. So I seen they like, wow, his mom is a nurse. Yes, his mom is a nurse.
They thought his mom was
gangster. A lot of people were shocked by that. I mean, they based off his music, they assumed that his mom was some hood rat or some,
they see him eating noodles. Charles loved noodles. Charles loved noodles and hamburger helper. Period. He loved noodles and hamburger helper. He would eat it every single day. That's what he loved. And when y'all see him on Instagram, eating noodles, they're like, oh, wait, his family, they got him eating noodles. And I'm like,
rest in peace, Julio Foolio.
Why you got these people thinking you eating noodles?
That's what he liked.
Mom, that's what you wanted, and hang up in my face. So Charles did not have to eat no noodles. He did not have to eat no hamburger helper. He had people that loved him, and anytime he called me, I was there. I was coming.
How old were you when you had Charles?
I was grown.
Shout out to India.
Maybe in my early 20s, maybe 23 or something like that.
Okay.
Maybe my early.
What was that like raising him? Was it always, good, or did it become a struggle sometimes, or what?
We can't even put this guy on camera right now. But how it was, Charles was off the chain. St. Clair Evans Elementary School. He was there with Kojite, Jada, all the same people y'all see him around or whatever. He was with them at this school. And they called me every single day. It was so aggravating. And then I called God. They're like, hey, you need to go. You have to go up there. He's just getting on my nerves. Then he went to middle school, Eugene Butler. Same thing. He always did good in school though. He always had good grades. Then he went to William M. Raines High School. They'll call me like, hey, Miss Andrew, can you come pick up Charles? I'm like, what he did? Oh, he ain't did nothing. We just don't want no riot next week. Because it's gonna be spring break. We just don't want no riot or whatever. Got kicked out. Then he went to he had my hands full. Yeah. He had my hands full.
What was his father in his life?
Yes, before his father passed, his father was in his life. Let me back it up. Because he used to always be around his dad, mother, and stuff like that. And he started rapping at 8 years old around there. So he started rapping with the $1 billion
Foolio mama, y'all. My first
we had a thing in Jacksonville called Come Together Day. So he performed at Come Together Day and things of that sort. He performed at the nurse. It floated on the internet for a while. But yeah, his dad was active in his life. Charles used to be in church every single Sunday. Every single Sunday. But I guess when they got out of church, they used to make their little music and things of that sort. So yeah, his dad was active in his life.
Yeah. And at what age was Charles when his dad passed?
He was maybe around about maybe 13 or 14 years old.
Was it due to street violence or?
Charles' dad, it wasn't like a street violence. He got in a fight with somebody. He was looking at TV, and then the guy, he's thinking everything cool, whatever, and the guy shot him in the back of the head.
Oh man!
So it wasn't like a rival, like anything like that. But that's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you feel like that affected Charles in some way?
Yeah, I think that affected him when his Charles bomb. He started to rebel. I ended up putting him in different programs. And I want to say this because I be seeing the comments. They're like, "Oh, his mom failed him and his dad." Yes, his dad was in his life. I put him in Youth Crisis Center, Daniel Memorial Buildings, everything to help him. That boy I don't know who used to go pick him up. One day he was at Youth Crisis Center, and next thing I know, I go home. That's on the south side. I go home over on the west side. He's sitting on the curb. I'm like, well, who the hell picked him up from over there? And it's like, as a kid, like 13, 14, 15 years old, he still had these older people like doing stuff for him. Like, and I think it was because of his dad, because a lot of people had respect for his dad. But I did everything I could for Charles. He never disrespected me or anything like that, cursed me or anything like that. But I think when his grandmother died and his dad died, that did play a toll on him.
Yeah. So that's when you first noticed the change?
Yes.
What kind of change?
I first noticed the change like when he got shot, when he was getting off the school bus, and he don't catch school buses. I was in front of the school waiting on him and fell asleep in front of the school. It was an alternative school. And then I'm like, Charles, where you at? He on the school bus. And then he stopped answering the phone. I'm like, I don't care what we got going on. He's going to answer that phone for me. I don't care what it is. And I found that he got shot. But when he got in the hospital, this is when I found out at 14 that about
14 years
the
old?
gun and all.
Man,
Happy kids are successful kids.
He got shot at 14
when
years
you choose a tuition-free K-12 powered online school, you join more than 2
and all that stuff right there, because he was under a whole lot of anesthesia and pain medication and stuff. He was like, Mom, I need a gun. I'm like, what? And so that's when I really, really found out about this. That's when I started digging into social media on I think it was Facebook then. It wasn't no Instagram. But it was Facebook then. I started looking at all the stuff or whatever. Trying to make myself aware and keep up with everything, and trying to make others that was around me aware what their kids was being involved with as well.
What age was he shot on the bus?
He was 14.
14 years old. And this is around the time where his dad passed, his grandma passed. You're noticing the change. Do you notice? Do you ever find like a gun in his room or anything of that nature, or is it just all social media at that time?
Yeah, at that point, it was social media. Like I said, he never had that stuff around me. I guess he respected my career, and if he did, he hid it. He hid it. So he never had no guns around me, like smoking marijuana in front of me and all that type of stuff right there. No, I never saw none of that.
Okay, so the bus shooting, did that pop off the beef that everybody's seeing today, or was that just some
that
side?
That was a whole nother beef.
Okay,
that was a whole nother beef right there. This stuff that's today, that's totally different, because you have to understand, back then, all of them used to be like friends. All of them was cool. All of them was neutral. I'm friends with all of their parents. I were friends, because when this stuff started, some people went their own way or whatever. But around then, everybody was friends. Everybody, like, they hung around.
That's how it be, man. That's why I'm not a fan of becoming friends with everybody. I like being solo, because you never know. I'm telling you this, 90%, if not 100% of every murder comes from somebody that was in your circle or used to be in your circle. Believe that. It'll always be somebody close to them people that be getting killed. It's because of somebody was close to them. So y'all stop letting people get close to y'all, bro. And I'm going to end this video on that note. Thank y'all for watching it with me. And catch me on the next one, man. Just remember, there'll always be somebody that you used to be cool with or in your circle, that when you get hurt or go to jail, there'll always be somebody in your circle. I'm going to end it.